In the restless heart of a sprawling metropolis, the city's pulse beat in time with secrets too dangerous to stay buried. It began not with a shout, but with a whisper, poisonous, deliberate, in a cold interrogation room. Detective Marcus Thorne sat across from a woman named Anya Sharma. His uniform was immaculate, his posture arrogant, a predator savoring the moment. He twirled a pen between his fingers, sneering. "So, you weren't at the scene of the crime?" His voice dripped disdain. "How convenient. People like you always have perfect alibis." Anya's hands were chained to the steel table. She kept her eyes on the surface, jaw clenched, silent. Her refusal to react only fanned Thorne's rage. He leaned in, his voice dropping low, just under the gaze of the cameras. "Look at you, pretending you're different. But you're not. You're nothing." Without warning, he tipped a glass of water across her blouse. The liquid soaked her clothes, trickling down her chest. She didn't move, didn't flinch. That serenity mocked him. "What's the matter?" Thorne pressed the empty glass against her. "Cry. Scream. Do what you people do when the pressure hits." Instead, Anya drew a steady breath. Calm. Defiant. Thorne snapped. He seized her arm, shaking her violently, the cuffs screeching against metal. "Admit it, you criminal. You're guilty. I can smell it on you." His partner, Detective Eva Chun, finally intervened. "Thorne, stop. Enough." But her voice fell on deaf ears. He slapped Anya hard across the face. The sound cracked through the room. She turned back slowly, blood bright on her lip, her eyes unshaken. The silence between them was heavier than any scream. "You have no right," she whispered, a Thorne's smile twisted. He pressed a finger into her forehead. "Right? Here, I am the law. You are nothing." He shoved her back into the chair. "If you defy me, you'll leave here broken." Chun tried again, sharper this time. Thorne let her go. But he was lost to obsession. He gripped Anya's neck, cutting off her air. She gasped eyes wide. "If you touch me again," she choked, "you'll regret it." He laughed, manic. "You? Threatening me?" Releasing her with a flourish, he leaned close, whispering, "That's power, and you'll never have it." Her wrists bled from the cuffs, but her silence held. That silence enraged him more than screams could. He slammed the table with his fist. "Don't look at me like that." Chen's fists clenched. "Thorne, I said stop." He yanked Anya's hair, slamming her head onto the table. Blood streaked her forehead. He bent low, voice thick with venom. "No one will believe you. You're just another criminal. Worthless." His fist rose, ready to strike again. Anya shut her eyes, breathed once, then whispered, steady despite the pain, "You're making a mistake you'll never forget." For a split second, his fist hung in the air. Then footsteps echoed in the hallway. Thorne dropped her roughly, muttering, "You're lucky." "Get her out of here," Chun barked. "Sign the papers. I don't want to see her face again." Chun helped Anya to her feet. Thorne's smile returned, convinced of victory. "Remember this day, Sharma. In here, you're nobody." Anya turned once at the door, her eyes unreadable. Thorne didn't know he'd see her again. And that next time, nothing would be the same. Weeks later, the courthouse brimmed with tension. The gallery buzzed with murmurs until the judge's gavel fell. Silence. Detective Thorne entered, striding confidently. His uniform gleamed. His smirk carried the weight of a man untouchable. He relished every stare, every whisper. This was his stage. Across the chamber, Anya Sharma appeared, not in chains, not beaten, but in a sharp suit, a thick folder under her arm. She moved with quiet precision, her expression unreadable. Their eyes locked. For the first time, a flicker of doubt broke through Thorne's arrogance. Well, he muttered under his breath. "Dressing up doesn't change what you are. No suit hides the truth." Anya offered no reply. The judge called her forward. "Ms. Sharma, please present your evidence." Thorne leaned back, smirking. "Don't bother," he whispered. "No one will believe you. Not against me." Anya opened her folder. Papers slid across the table. Photographs, recordings, reports. Pieces of a puzzle hidden beneath the precinct silence. Thorne's smirk faltered, fists tightening. He hissed, "You think your little stack of lies can destroy me? You don't understand how this world works." The jury leaned forward. The judge nodded. Proceed, Miss Sharma. The courtroom hushed. Every gaze fixed on Anya. She lifted her eyes, steady, her voice calm but edged with steel. The truth, she began, isn't afraid of the dark. It waits, and when it finally steps into the light. Her words cut off as the door to the courtroom creaked open. Someone entered, unseen, their footsteps echoing across the marble floor. Heads turned. Gasps rippled through the audience. Anya froze, her next word caught in her throat. Thorne's smirk returned, though faint, tinged with unease. And in that suspended silence, the balance of power shifted, yet to reveal on whose side it would fall. Anya rose slowly, a folder in her hands. Her voice was firm. This contains proof of Detective Thorne's abuse of power, manipulation of evidence, and assault, she announced, placing a recording on the table. Thorne forced a smirk, but his hand shook. Lies. She's always lied. The judge's glare cut him down. Control yourself, detective. Anya played the first recording. The screen showed Thorne shoving, slapping, shouting in the interrogation room. The audio was sharp, undeniable. Gasps rippled through the courtroom. Thorne jumped up. This is illegal. Order, the judge snapped. Anya closed the folder. This evidence wasn't hidden because it didn't exist, but because fear kept it buried. Fear of confronting a man who believed his badge gave him the right to humiliate and hurt. Thorne snapped. You're nobody. You don't belong here. Anya's calm gaze didn't falter. That's your mistake, detective. She stepped forward, lifted a badge, and let it gleam in the light. A wave of shock spread through the room. Thorne paled. No, it can't be. Your biggest error, Anya said quietly, was judging me by my skin. The judge adjourned for the day. Outside, cameras flashed, reporters shouted, and the crowd seethed. Thorne stumbled into the hallway, muttering, It can't be true. Across the corridor, Anya walked with steady resolve. Detective Chun confronted Thorne. You knew what you were doing. I didn't know who she was, he stammered. But he had known, if not her title, then her humanity. He had chosen cruelty anyway. The doors opened again. Anya reappeared, flanked by federal agents. She stopped before Thorne, raising the badge to his eyes. The seal was clear. Director of the FBI, Anya Sharma. Thorne froze, knees trembling. Anya leaned close, whispering, Your greatest mistake was believing my skin defined me. She didn't yell. She didn't threaten. Her presence alone was judgment. Agents moved in. Thorne lowered his gaze, his arrogance broken. The trial was swift. Evidence stacked against him. Recordings, documents, testimony. Headlines exploded. Public outrage spread. Thorne was suspended, charged, abandoned by the very system he thought untouchable. In his cell, stripped of his badge, he replayed every word, every insult, every blow. The laughter he once wielded now echoed like a curse that Anya's power wasn't her title, but her refusal to bow. She proved justice could rise even against hatred. Thorne, blinded by arrogance, had forged his own downfall. And as silence fell, one truth remained. The badge he misused destroyed him, while the badge she bore brought justice.